Hello, and welcome to part 2 of completing the square. Just a quick recap, we are using the equation ax squared plus bx plus half of b squared equals c plus half of b squared. Let's work through an example. So we have k squared plus 8k plus 12 equals 0. So the first thing we want to do is rearrange the equation. We're going to minus 12 on both sides. And when we do that, this equation is going to go to k squared plus 8k, and I'm going to leave a blank, and it's going to equal minus 12 and another blank. So now our half of b squared terms go in the blanks. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our b, which is 8, we're going to divide it by 2, and we're going to square it. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So I'm going to add 16 here, and I'm going to add 16 here. So this expression is going to further simplify into k squared plus 8k plus 16 equals positive 4. So now what we can do is we can factor our perfect trinomial. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the magic box. So the magic box, set it up. K squared goes here. 16 goes here. 8k goes here. So how the magic box works is our two numbers multiplied together have to be k squared. So that would just be k and k. And now we need two numbers multiplied together to give us 16. That would be 4 and 4. Because when we multiply across, k times 4 is 4k. 4k. And then we also have 4k here. 4k plus 4k gives us 8k. So that means it's going to factor to k plus 4 times k plus 4. So let's write that. We have k plus 4 times k plus 4 equals 4. We can further simplify this by saying we have k plus 4 squared equals 4. And then we have to take the square root of both sides. So we end up with k plus 4 equals plus or minus 2. So now it's time to get our solutions. If it was a positive 2, you'd have k plus 4 equals positive 2. We minus 4 from both sides. K is going to equal negative 2. But what if it was minus 2? Right, so we have k plus 4 equals minus 2. So then we have to subtract 4 from both sides. And we get k is equal to negative 6. So our two solutions are negative 2 and negative 6. So in this problem, we have m squared plus 10m plus 14 equals negative 7. First thing we have to do is rearrange our equation. So I'm going to minus 14 from both sides. So this equation is going to look like this. It's going to be m squared plus 10m plus a blank equals, well, -7 minus -14 would give me -21, and then plus another blank. So now I have to fill in my blanks with half of b squared. Our b is 10. So I'm going to take 10, divide it by a half, square it, and put it over here as well as over there. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. So I had to add 25 here, and I had to add 25 here. Awesome. So this equation can simplify to m squared plus 10m plus 25 equals, we have -21 and +25, so we're just going to get 4. Okay, now it's time to factor our perfect trinomial on the left-hand side, and we're going to use the magic box to do that. So I'm going to draw out my box. We have m squared here. We have 25 here. And we have 10m over here. So m and m gives me m squared. 5 and 5 gives me 25. And then when I multiply horizontally, I get 5m and 5m. So 5m plus 5n give me 10m. Therefore, our two solutions is m plus 5 times m plus 5. So I'm going to rewrite that over here. So we have m plus 5 times m plus 5 equals 4. We can further rewrite that as m plus 5 squared equals 4. So now we have to take the square root of both sides. The squared sign goes away, so on the left hand side we just have m plus 5, and on the right hand side we have plus or minus 2. So let's get our two solutions. So the first one can be, if we have, let's say we have m plus 5 and it was equal to +2. We subtract 5 from both sides. We get m equals -3. That's one solution. The other one can be as if we had a -2. So now I have m plus 5 equals -2. So now when I minus 5 from both sides, I get m equals -7. So those are my two.